Alrighty, welcome to another episode of Dipping Milk in Cookies. Guys, I am Garrett, Cookie, fucking Commander Smith, sitting across from me, as always, live, raw onion, Studio DMC, Michael, Master Milker, Segovia.
Yes, this is I.
How you doing, bud?
I'm good.
Yeah. How's the week been, friend?
It's been solid, man.
Yeah.
Actually, I got a little bit of a shit story for you.
Yep. Oh,
actually,
it started early in Segovia shitty corner.
I took a picture of it, but I'd have to edit it for you so that way you're not seeing all the baby. But even still, it was so it was Thursday morning. We're just chilling. He wasn't feeling so hot, so I go to change him, and he stunk. So like he had a little bit of poop. So I was like, all right, cool. Clean him up. And then as I'm holding his legs together, I hear him farting, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably just afterburners, Well, it definitely was the afterburner because he got me, dude. He fucking just shit, and it just came out like soft serve and piled up nicely because I was holding him up in the air because I was reaching for the diaper. And by the time I went for the diaper, he had already fucking snow coned it, and I was just like, damn, dude. All right.
Oh, fuck. Man, come on, dude.
And Jenny just so happened to be texting me at that time, too. And I was like, hey, you want to see a funny picture? She's just like, yeah. So I sent her a picture of the shit.
Oh, man. What did she say?
She was just like, LOL, ew.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Fucking,
that's funny. Well, okay.
That's great.
Yeah, Lincoln
shits again.
Yeah, shits again, strikes again. Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. I do want to address real quick. Obviously, I'm sure the audio sounds a little hinky right now. Probably sounds like we're in a concert hall. But obviously, with our previous interview episodes, the audio wasn't equal. My mic and Mike's mic would always be a little bit more hotter than the guest mic. So I changed things up a little bit. We got one mic, communal mic, and I think it's going to work out pretty well for these interview episodes. So I just wanted to address that real quick, just in case you were wondering. It's not your speakers, people. It's just we changed mics. So aside from Mount Shitty, what else is new? What else you got?
I shaved.
Yeah, I did notice that. We'll definitely have to put that picture up because that picture of you and Lincoln. Oh God, obviously I'm always a fan when you have your hair grown out like that. But holy shit, man! Just seeing your face and of course his face, just like ugh. It's just like, oh my God, yeah, you are your father's son.
That was actually after he shit.
That's why you look so fucking derpy.
Yeah, after I changed the sheets and everything. Come on, buddy, let's take a little picture.
Yeah, right. It's okay, pal. It happens to the best of us.
I think he was just embarrassed.
Yeah, that's funny. It's funny. But no, I was saying outside, Emily, she really likes your new look there. I gotta say, dude, you look pretty fucking good, man.
Thank you.
Pretty good.
Change it up.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Where's your notebook?
It's all up here, buddy, just like last time.
God damn it. Why did I buy him?
Why?
Yeah. Am I fucking speaking gibberish? That's what I just said.
No, man, I got it. It's right here.
Yeah, okay. Well, what did you write down in your notebook this week then?
Well, we could talk about that spider.
Okay. So, okay. So Mike, if everybody, obviously you don't know, Mike has I won't say crippling fear of spiders, but he's not a fan of spiders. Am I correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I saw this article just popped up on my feed about a spider that was found, not fossilized, but it was found inside amber, like the mosquito from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Perfect example. The only thing about this spider is it had a fucking tail, and that instantly made me think of Alien. You know what I'm saying? The little fucking the things that's gonna fuck your face and dump the egg in your stomach. That's what I thought of, and I, of course, being your best friend, thought that you might want to talk about it. So.
You know, that's funny though. I didn't even think about that. Because like when I read it and then I watched the little video that it came with, as I was seeing it, I was like, okay, well, it's not even that big. Mm-hmm. It's like super small. It's like 0.2 of an inch. Mm-hmm. They're just little buggers. Mm-hmm. So like, just seeing one, it wouldn't really bother me. But those kind of things probably like travel and live like ants.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're spiders. They're living by themselves. But that tail, they're saying that it's like an antenna. So
yeah. So the story comes from USA Today.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Old news.
All right. Buddy. Well, where's your articles then, dipshit? Mister, I'm gonna rip into you. Yeah.
All right.
You want me to read this?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. You know what? I'll find an even better one.
Yeah. Right. So it's like I said, it's like a real Jurassic Park movie. An extraordinary new species of arachnid resembling a spider with a tail has been discovered suspended in amber. A pair of new studies reported on Monday. Again, this is an older article. Thank you, Mike. The creature, which had fangs and 8 legs, lived some 100 million years ago. Similar to scorpions today, the bug also had a whip-like tail, unlike modern spiders, which is fucking terrifying. Again, that reminds me of the little thing from Aliens. It's gonna fucking latch onto your face and stick its little weird boner down your throat and dump a payload in your gut, which will then explode, which will explode out of your chest, violently killing you, and creates a new alien. The proto spider was discovered in Myanmar, formerly Burma. Okay. There's been a lot of amber being produced from northern Myanmar, and its interest stepped up about 10 years ago when it was discovered. This amber was Cretaceous. Let's see. Therefore, all the insects found in it were much older than first thought. Obviously, the article's going to go up on the Facebook page, and it has pictures of it, and it just looks fucking terrifying. Look at that thing. It's fucking gross. I don't care how big that thing is. I don't want anything.
I wouldn't want to see it.
No, yeah, I don't want any part of that. The amber has often traveled to China, where dealers have been selling it to research institutions. These specimens became available last year to Nanjing Institute of Geology and Paleontology. He added, let's see, the creatures were tiny with a body length of about 0.2 of an inch. So again, and that's including the tail, not the biggest thing in the world. But that just makes it even scarier to me. Like, I used to have tarantulas as pets, as fucking pets when I was a kid. I don't mind spiders, but like, the little ones that are fast and you can't see them all that good, fuck those spiders. Those things can piss off. The new animal resembles a spider with its fangs, 4 walking legs, and silk-producing spinnerets at the rear. However, it also has a long tail. No living spider has a tail. The new species has been given the scientific name, Jesus fucking Murphy, Chimera? Yeah, close enough. Chimericinae yingi. But that, yeah, I don't know. Which translates to chimera spider. This comes from the Greek mythology chimera, a hybrid creature composed of parts of more than one animal. As for what the bug's lives were like, scientists, they can only guess. We can only speculate that because it was trapped in amber, we assume it was living on or around tree trunks. Amber is fossilized resin, so for a spider to have become trapped, it may... Oh, wow. I like when the article refreshes itself right in the middle of a sentence. That's cool. It may well have lived under bark or in the moss at the foot of a tree. Due to the combination of ancient and modern features, the two papers disagree on where the animal should sit in the evolutionary tree. One study places it within an order of extinct spider relatives, while the other concludes it could be one of the first true spiders. More samples of the animal will need to be obtained before scientists can agree on where it fits. There's even a small chance the tiny animal could have some descendants alive somewhere in the rainforests of Southeast Asia. Again, fucking terrifying. So yeah, that again, the proto spider, the chimera spider, again adding a whole nother level of terror to it. Like, obviously it doesn't say if it was a fucking poisonous spider, but I would imagine so. And yeah, that thing's gross. Creepy.
That's what I kind of think, like, the tail could have been used for, too, because they don't know if it was for sure used for, like, an antenna. Mm-hmm. But that could have been, like, poisonous.
That's what I'm saying.
Using
like,
it to,
they said it was like a scorpion, almost. So like scorpions have those stingers just like that, but that thing, ugh.
Or using it for bait.
Yeah. Or yeah. Could be doing that too. Fucking yuck, dude. Yuck. So let me hear your thoughts. Let me hear you rip apart this article.
It was just a little spider. They didn't say nothing like special about it. Like, that was it.
Other than the fact that it has a fucking tail.
It's 100 million years old, yeah. Like, I just found this article about this scorpion. It said scientists studying the fossils.
Where's it from?
Science Daily.
Okay. You're supposed to cite it.
Alright, well, it's from Science Daily.
I think you've been here before.
The source is from Ohio State University. It's from January 16th of 2020.
Yeah, is it?
Yes.
Cool.
And so the summary is scientists, I don't know. Doesn't say.
Awesome. Hopefully
it says credit Hamilton.
Hamilton who?
/ Adobe stock.
Okay.
I don't know if that's my middle and last name.
Come on, you're losing me, man. We got shit to do.
So, scientists studying fossils collected 35 years ago have identified them as the oldest known scorpion species, a prehistoric animal from about 437 million years ago. The researchers found that the animal likely had the capacity to breathe in both ancient oceans and on land.
All right,
that's
riveting. Okay, that's, I wouldn't say riveting, but that's definitely also equally as terrifying.
Yeah.
A scorpion underwater?
They were
Fuck that!
And then it goes on a little bit to say that they think that could have been like one of the first animals on land having the ability to do both.
God, that's fucking... Ooh.
What if
that's why I hate insects, man. I hate bugs. I hate them. I hate them. Ugh, they're just so fucking gross. But I know they're like so necessary to like our ecosystem.
Yeah.
But like, god damn it, can you guys just do it? Like not by me, please. Because man, I remember living at my dad's house, dude. Those fucking centipedes, dog. These centipedes were like, fuck, they'd like be as big as my pinky, and that's the body. And then they're, ugh.
Those fuckers eat each other too.
Yeah, they do. They are super cannibals. Yuck. Yucko yuck. Alright, well, I mean, that was a fairly interesting article.
Dude, I'm just kidding, man. Jeez.
Just kidding.
Article
You need to lighten up.
You are the one that
You need to lighten up, bro.
You got so upset
like,
about that.
for real. You need to chill out. Embarrassing yourself.
Now I'm embarrassing myself.
Alright. So I suppose we should get down to business.
Okay.
We do have a special guest here today in Studio DMC. Your friend, our friend, you know him from the band Reflection of Flesh. Those badass motherfuckers.
Assholes, dude.
Yeah, they're real dickheads. Chris Oelke. How you doing?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, buddy?
You know, just doing our thing in Studio DMC today. Happy to have you here, rounding up the last of the bandmates interviews for now. Eventually, it's gonna be fun. Now, with this new setup, I'm imagining we won't even really need the cans, and I could have fucking everybody here, and we could do like a huge band podcast.
Interview you guys.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be that's actually kind of a cool idea. But yeah, thanks for making time to come out, bud.
No problem, buddy.
For sure. So we'll just dive right into it. Obviously, Chris, you're a drummer. You've been drumming for how long?
At least since 4, 'cause that's when I got my Fisher Price drum set.
So a lifetime.
Yeah.
You've been drumming for a lifetime. Was the drums just like, because obviously you just at 4 years old, you really had no fucking choice, I suppose, but like, what made you stay with it, I suppose? Because obviously you see other instruments as you're growing up.
Yeah, like we always had a baby grand piano in our house, like growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Early on, no drum set, because I didn't get that Rogers kit I have until I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
But Ron was a drummer, piano player. Mom was a violinist.
Your dad plays drums?
Used to.
You used to?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, but he was definitely better at piano versus drums.
Yeah.
But yeah, I basically inherited the Rogers from him. Really never had no inkling right away to learn anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, going to band class and they teach you the bells, so I essentially learned the piano.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of just chose me.
Yeah. That's cool, man. So obviously you've played in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projects that I can count. I'm sure that list is still
a little larger, but
yeah, I was gonna say I'm sure that's still short. But as far as like bands that you've actually committed time to, like we're talking Vermilion, Cyanosis, Sliver, Squid Hammer Metal, the Freddie Lee Band, 1 Mile to Hub.
Yep.
I know that you did some time with the Brock Betts Band.
Brock Betts, did a couple shows with Sam Yaza.
Yep.
Even back in college, it was cover bands at least I filled in with. So there was High Chaparrals, Pink Houses, Los Enchiladas.
Los Enchiladas.
Los Enchiladas.
Oh. So
it was more like one of those Americana rock type rockabilly, bluesy rock bands where, luckily you do those kind of shows and nobody in their right mind that listens to music has probably ever heard these songs before. So you go to these gigs and you're playing 2-3 sets of all this stuff, and people are like, "Oh, I love that song. How'd you come up with it?" Kind of just make something up. Nobody's heard of these tunes.
That's funny. I know that you did some shows abroad. Who were you playing with to do those shows? Regional metal bands. Yeah. Essentially, they'd be either that or like the 1 Year 2 this band, Corpse Fucking Art. Okay. They're an Italian band. Their drummer couldn't get his visa, so essentially I was going around the Midwest with them. And then it was just mainly like cover bands that played out in about 1 Mile to Hub, did a few states way back when. But yeah, it's fun playing abroad. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's like it's the dream,
Yeah.
Because it's essentially you were just like a drummer for hire, pretty much.
Which that's all the fill-in gigs I do. So these guys are here and ask around, and then bring them out there. And
we'll make it explicitly clear here, folks. This guy does not fuck around when it comes to the drums. All right. I want to make this clear. He's also 32 years old. How old were you when you did that the European shows?
20.
Where the fuck was? What did I do with my life? I was just getting out of prison at 20, man. Like I was just gearing up to turn 21. Dude, fuck me.
That was sophomore year of college. So
man, Jesus Christ, that's horrible. It's awesome for you though, dude. Obviously, again, Chris is very proficient around the skins, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and that's why it's awesome. So I didn't name that band. The other band he's in, Reflection of Flesh band, is pretty cool. Just hit 3,000 likes the other day. Hells yeah! Fucking all you flesh reflectors out there.
I like that term.
If you guys are listening to the podcast and you're showing the support, we really appreciate it all the way across the board. It makes us even more motivated to.
Especially that Dustin Moon guy that just liked me.
Dude, my God, Charlie, that was so funny. Oh man. So Dusty, like when I made that post for the podcast when we got like 100 likes that day, Dusty liked the page and it was like, okay. Like I didn't really think anything of it, but then Chris had told me, it's just like, Dusty accepted that from Charlie, right? Dusty, you piece of shit. I didn't see it, alright?
That's funny.
But yeah, again, thanks guys. It means a whole heck of a lot, and it really helps us become a little bit more serious of an outfit, of an operation, which is obviously what we're going for. So, again, many thanks. Keep up the good work. Now, obviously, playing with all those bands, one thing I'm keeping out is a lot of those bands you were in simultaneously.
Right. So,
like, I remember when I joined Reflection, you were in Cyanosis, Vermilion, and our shit. Yep. So that was 3 active bands at the same time, and you had been doing that for probably the first year that I was in the band. Like, how do you maintain multiple bands? Where's the balance between the bands social life, work, family, friends, etc.?
Obviously, like when you do that kind of thing, some things do take a little bit of a backseat to everything else.
I'm sure.
And I mean, with having working 45 hours at least a week, if not more, essentially you sacrifice being social for a while, because essentially if you're doing multiple bands that do gigs.
Yeah, active
You're
bands.
doing at least one, if not two practices a week. So like, when you first joined Reflection, it was Cyanosis twice a week, us twice a week, Vermilion once a week.
Yeah.
So there's 5 days out of the week where, at least 3 of them I'm on the road to go to practices and then back.
The Vermilion practice.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half one way.
Jesus.
Stoughton to Milwaukee.
God damn.
And Cyanosis wasn't easy either. That was Okachi and back. But eventually that moved down to
the jam space.
Yep, to the jam space. It's just you prioritize things differently, and a lot of it too. Like, it's not easy to keep at least 3 separate song banks in your head.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I always found super impressive about that shit. Like, it's obviously with our own music, and especially like the songs that I write, it's easy for me to remember. I wrote it, I remember it. But like, dude, when you have, oh god, it's making my head hurt just thinking about it. Like, fuck, you start playing a song for like one band, but you're in the other band room, and you're like, they're just looking at you weird, and you're like, what? And they're just like, what are you doing? Oh fuck, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, the worst was 2015. It was when I was getting out of Sliver, just gotten inside Cyanosis, getting ready to record the Perpetuation album. Filling in for Brock Betts still. That was like a 6-month stint until they got Max, who also eventually joined Samyaza, and then Squidhammer. And that was literally a time where I had practice pretty much every day of the week, if not every day of the week, and then shows.
Jesus.
So you do a lot of playing music, going to work, and sleeping pretty much. That's all you really have time to do.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's what you want. It's what you like doing.
Yeah.
But that, to me, like... And that, again, that's what's so impressive, is the fact that you could maintain those many bands and still maintain a level of professionalism behind the kit. And it's fucking unbelievable. I couldn't even imagine. I could imagine doing double duty. Like, that one, that'd be pretty easy to maintain, I think, in my book, in my head. But, no. And plus, I've always been of a mind to never half-ass 2 things, always whole-ass 1 thing. So, that's
there
always
is
a
that.
big thing. That's always a big thing. But, dude, that was always very impressive to me. How does it feel now? Now you just, I mean, obviously you got some guest stuff to do with
Paul Vanova, and just doing some recording as of late for that lap steel metal band. Hamster.
That's right.
Those tracks should be out sometime soon.
Yeah.
Just for a while it was just tiring, and eventually you do get tired.
Yeah, you crash, man.
So like last year is when I finally cut ties with Vermilion, and it just made sense. Timing wise, I was getting busier at work.
Yeah.
We were getting insanely busy, so it just priorities needed to be set.
Yeah.
And it was good for a while to not actually have to focus on more than one thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's gotta put some some relief on your
shoulders. Then you're left with all this time, and you're just like, what do I do? Do I gotta be somewhere?
What up, Camino? Casey, what up? Can't wait for West Dallas, baby. Hey, Mike, you're awfully quiet over there.
I'm listening to all his stories.
Yeah, do you got any questions for him? I don't want to keep talking.
Yeah, actually, so it's obvious that you did a lot of music stuff.
Yep.
But when you actually did have your free time, what was it that you like to do? Are you into reading? Just to do something where you can just sit back and not have to be moving. Doesn't have to be loud. You can just be in quiet.
I'm a sucker for movies. Pretty much from any time and period, really. Westerns are a big favorite of mine. Old school Westerns, Clint, John Wayne, all those guys. But besides that, I mean, I used to play a lot of basketball. A lot. But you're still moving. But it was just something that would change pace and kind of, just be a release.
Yeah.
From doing the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah, physical activity is obviously a really good outlet to de-stress.
So then now you have some more free time because you're just in the one project. So do you do any of that stuff still, or do you kind of just take this time to socialize with your friends? And
pretty much socialize now, because when you're again back to times when you're in multiple bands, the only guys you really socialize with are the people you're playing with.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just been more of kind of getting out with the band members and even just meeting new people and hanging out with old friends that you haven't seen in a long time too. Yeah. Still, there's still enough time where you need your self time though.
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely.
Generally, from playing in multiple bands and you just focus on a core group, you learn to not like a lot of people. And I'm not saying that I have a lot of people I don't like, but it's there's
a lot of people I don't like.
There's a couple, 2, 3. It's funny.
That's great, man.
So I wanted to ask, Scorpion Percussion. I see you got the shirt on right now.
Hell yeah.
For everybody who doesn't know, Chris here is actually a sponsored drummer through Scorpion Percussion. He's actually got his own signature stick, which is fucking so goddamn cool.
They are dope.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking dope. Obviously, again, you've been around the block twice. So how does it feel knowing that you've been putting in all of this work, all of this time, all this effort, but you get this endorsement, this obviously it's not your only endorsement either.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what the other
not cymbal sleeves.
Yeah, those guys.
The sim rings,
Yeah. How does that make you feel? When you get those emails, when you get those offers?
It's definitely I wouldn't say relief.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time it is, because you just you're busting your ass trying to make sure something comes of whatever you do.
Yeah.
And it may not be something you like, but obviously it helped pave the
mm-hmm.
to where you are now. But
mm-hmm.
yeah, getting the contact from Scorpion Percussion and getting that rolling was extremely exciting.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Especially with drumsticks, because you were there when
mm-hmm.
literally I had broken 13 pairs of sticks in 3 months.
Which is fucking crazy. That is nuts.
Yeah.
That's a lot of sticks, dude.
They weren't cheap sticks either.
Not about the best.
But yeah, they would break all the time.
Yeah. And the graveyard's still in the jam room to this day.
It's in memory of.
Yeah, right. It's a memoriam. That's funny. That's cool though, man. And that, again, it's super exciting for me. And it's not even my fucking sponsorship, but it's exciting for me just because you're fucking in the band that I play, and we're in a band together. So it makes everybody look pretty cool, man. So that's fucking dope. I really like that. Let's see here. So I've actually done a little digging. Went and found some pretty interesting pictures of you there, Chris.
That's probably a lot.
There are some.
Oh yeah, there's some doozies, man.
First off, I want to know, God, fucking crazy man.
Oh yeah.
Looks like an absolute madman.
Yeah, that was a period where my hair was actually nice and long. I actually had hair.
Where was this?
So that's a picture of Squidhammer when we didn't have a bass player.
Okay.
Because for about a year or two, about 2 years, we were doing shows with no bass player. Just because bass players are almost as hard to find around Wisconsin than drummers. Mm-hmm. Probably actually worse. But that bigger guy in the picture is Jake's uncle Shane. We used to play with Luna Mortis with Corey from Casket Robbery and Mary Zimmer.
Okay.
And then basically we were playing a Pantera tribute show.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that was pretty much part of the gamut with Squidhammer. Really into Pantera, really into Lamb of God, Black Label Society, with the originals too. So when we started doing the Pantera tribute shows, we knew a bunch of Pantera. So we fit in perfectly.
That's a natural thing,
and helped actually get that show kind of rolling really well the years it was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they try to do it out in Watertown now, like at a camping ground or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the same as like when we did it at the High Noon Saloon, like that.
Yeah. All right. This one right here, I just want to know what was going through your mind. Did you know that there was a picture
so shout out to Steve Porter, really good photographer. That was a show that I filled in with the Brock Betts band.
Okay.
We were playing Brat Stop down in Kenosha.
Nice.
And that was on the main stage.
Yeah.
Which probably the most obscure main stage I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
The stage was literally up to my chin from the ground, and then the drum riser was literally standing on the stage up to my chest.
Jesus Christ.
So like you're towering over. I mean, there's a lot of room in the front. Nobody's standing right in front of the stage, but it's pushed back, and it was just
sketchy.
Yeah.
Sketchy. You're up.
You're 15, 20 feet above where everybody else is.
Yeah, you got some fucking elevation. That's funny. Let's see here. Let's find another good one. So obviously we had mentioned it before. Ron being a drummer and piano player. Obviously, I had to find some pictures of the parents. I don't think you've ever met Ron.
No.
But yeah, Ron and bless her sweetheart Jill Oelke. Which this one I just had to grab again because you again just look like a fucking psycho.
Yeah,
like literally looked like he just went and murdered somebody and was just like, all right, Mom, let's take this picture real quick.
Pull stage, right?
Yeah, no, obviously.
Like I just jumped in a pool.
Yeah, obviously you just got done playing. But yeah, your parents, man, I love your parents so much. They're so fucking supportive. So supportive.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine that also has, something to do with your success and your talent. Is the fact that your parents, have been so supportive throughout it all. Because that's like the one recurring thing that I noticed going through your pictures and stuff, all the show pictures, I'd say 2/3 of them, your parents are in them.
Yep.
In some capacity, which is fucking phenomenal. That's so cool.
Yeah, from the, they're both musical growing up too. Mom toured Europe, playing violin in Wisconsin Youth Symphony Orchestra way back when. They were always very supportive of me playing drums, which surprisingly with parents, the drums is one of the few instruments they actually don't want you to play because they're expensive.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different parts that go into getting a drum set up and running, but they're loud as shit.
And they're loud as a motherfucker.
They tolerated it, and then, when they bought me that electronic kit when I was in middle school, that's kind of when everything changed.
Yeah.
Because then I could plug headphones in and play for 3 hours and
nobody would really know.
Nobody would care. You just hear little bumps on the pad. And obviously you couldn't go too late in the night, but
it helped. That helped out a lot, I'm sure.
But yeah, they've been pretty much to every one of the hub show. Basically everything I've done, they've been to shows. And as they're both getting older, it's a little less than what it was, but when we're playing in Madison, they definitely come out. But yeah, it's been awesome. My sister's pretty supportive too, but she's West Coast now.
Yeah.
But it's just been it's a good staple. Something is there from basically the beginning of time when you were playing shows.
Yeah.
That eventually will go away.
Yeah.
But it's just awesome having that.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like my dad has never seen me play live. And my mom has only seen me play once, and that was at Summerfest. So, I mean, that's cool. That was cool, being able to play at Summerfest for your mom, but I never come to my shit. Ever. I don't think my dad will ever come to a show, which is so unfortunate, because I think he'd have fun. I'd make him have fun.
Yeah, and like, they're not like 100% supportive of metal, like, as a whole. I mean, they like it because the music's generally pretty technical, pretty different than what you hear on the radio.
Yeah.
And like, with Ron for a while, it's, oh yeah, you guys are great. I don't like the growling. Which
I get
that.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah, and there's very few guys that can do it very clearly.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly. Yeah. Oh man. You get any more questions here, buddy?
Oh yeah. So you're around the city quite often, right?
Yep.
where is your favorite place to go to get a burger?
Camino.
What up, Casey?
What's up, guys?
They do have really good food. I have eaten there.
Mondays, Meat Sweat Mondays. $5 half-pound burgers. Nothing immaculate, just cheese, onions.
Yeah. Unless you're going to do the Elvis burger.
Well, they don't do that anymore.
Oh, it sucks.
They used to have Wednesdays, they would have 3 specialty burgers, kind of like on Tuesdays with the hot dogs, but...
Kid knows the menu.
Yeah, I know.
His fucking dick, dude. But, kid lives in that place.
They had an Elvis burger, which the only thing that would have actually made it the original Elvis burger would be bananas. But it's a bacon cheeseburger with pickles and peanut butter. And it sounds weird. It sounds really weird.
So good.
But you put the peanut butter on the bottom, and then basically
it just liquefies.
It liquefies in there. But like when you bite into it, how you would normally bite into a burger with the bigger bun on top, tastes like a bacon cheeseburger, and then a little bit of peanut butter. But if you flip it upside down and eat it, then you get all the peanut butter on the roof of your mouth, and it's magical.
Dude, it really is something else. I did it once, and it was like
interesting.
It's a lot of calories, but
it really is. It really is, dude. It really is, but it is fucking good. It is very good. Yeah.
So what about now you work at are you the manager of what?
So yeah, I'm the store manager at Otto's Wine and Spirits on Oakland Avenue. That's the one right up by UW Milwaukee. It's like 4 or 5 blocks away.
Now, don't you have like something that certifies you as like a beer?
Yep, level 1 Cicerone.
So what is that?
So essentially, you can take a Cicerone server certification class, which you can knock out like in a day. You just take tests online, and you get certified to be a proper beer server. But so Cicerone, you actually have to go down to Chicago and actually take some classes, and then obviously do tests to test and get the actual certification. And there's 5 levels. One obviously is the beginning level, but even having that certification, there's not a lot of them. Just you go to level 2. I think there's like 46 in the whole country. And essentially with that, you have to spend a lot of money drinking beer. Level 2, like, I thought about it for a while, and then, I was already drinking a lot of beer as is.
Yeah.
So it just seemed like, hey, maybe I could do this, but the papers, everything you actually have to do besides the test, you actually have to put in like a research project.
Oh, wow.
And I was going to do that, but again, it's more money to get certified. So having level 1 is good enough.
And getting really drunk.
Yeah.
That is one thing I will say. I've never, aside from the sour, which you gave me that one night, because I'm not a fan of the sours. It just don't hit my palate right.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever been handed a beer by this guy that was like, ugh. He always has the best fucking recommendations for fucking beer. And like the cool thing is like, it's not just like, well, what kind of beer do you like? Do you like Miller High Life? Do you like MGD? Like the questions you'll ask me are just like, what kind of finish do you like, or what kind of taste are you like? Do you want more hoppy kindness to it, or do you want like a more bitter kind of beer? Or, like
that's what he did when I texted him around like Thanksgiving and Christmas. I was like, what kind of beer would be good with like turkey or ham? And he was just like, well, this is for that. Try this, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. That's cool. And again, the fact that like you're actually certified. What's it called again?
Cicerone.
That's fucking dope. I'm a beer Cicerone.
So you're probably pretty damn good at like pairing specific beers with like steaks or a burger or a style of chicken or something. Then
yeah, exactly. And like going back to what you're having it with, you also have to know how you're preparing it. So if you're grilling something, you obviously don't need a very malty like porter or stout. Anything like that, because you're going to cover up a lot of the flavors from the grill.
Do you still have any of your beer left?
Actually, yes. So Aaron from Unnecessary Gunpoint Lecture was up, dude. For a while, were brewing beer together, and he just actually moved to Jefferson from Lake Mills, so we didn't brew for a while.
I was going to say, you were doing that really
steady
for a bit.
We did a... first one we did was a double dry hopped New England style IPA.
Awesome.
Which
turned out really good.
There's just a little dark because transferring from the actual carboy to bottling, we learned some stuff while we were going on the way. Put a lid on the actual transfer when you're bottling it. That way it doesn't oxidize the wort. Essentially, like when it gets too much oxygen, it gets darker in color.
Yeah.
So, after that, we just did a honey brown ale that I still have bottles of that. That we basically took an oak stave, which is just a spiral piece of oak, and soaked that in a bag with High West American Prairie bourbon, and then took that and then we steeped it in the carboy before we added the fermenting sugar or corn sugar, and then bottled it. And that one turned out really good, but again, you learn some things.
Yeah.
Making beer is a lot of chemistry.
All it is.
And we learned actually that in there, when you add something that's been soaked in bourbon to that, it actually adds more fermentable sugars.
Okay.
So you no longer can do typical gravity readings to figure out your ABV, which you basically take a measurement before and then after to kind of figure out what the ABV is, and usually the final reading's right before you bottle.
Okay.
That time we learned when you do the fermentable sugars, you actually have to take a hydrometer reading, which basically tells you how much water has been displaced. So 92%, 8% beer.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. So then you're still learning things as we go on. Then we did a dry Irish stout. That one I still have bottles of. That one turned out really good.
I don't think I had that one.
That one I got bottles in the fridge right now.
I haven't had any of these.
I'll get you guys some. And then I still have the chocolate milk stout we did.
That one I remember.
Yeah, that one's still up in. I got probably like 14 bottles left of that. And that's the last beer we did for the time being. We've been trying to get back together so we can do a
dipping milk and cookies beer.
We could do that.
Dude,
he still has my Belgian double that we did.
Vanilla porter.
Could do that.
Stop recording.
Stop recording.
I'll just edit that part out.
But that's actually fun to do with your free time.
All right, nice.
That's a cool fucking hobby to know.
Yeah.
To be able to do.
It is quite expensive too once you get going, right? Because you got to get all the proper equipment to have a good beer.
Luckily, when Aaron and I were doing it, he already had the gear.
Oh, okay.
So for him, the startup was pretty crazy because you have to buy the kettle with the spigot on it. You have to buy the mount for when you're actually using the propane tank to fire it up and heat it up, and then all the different carboys. Luckily, you can just recycle normal bottles of beer, and then take the labels off. You don't have to take labels off, but if you want to make it your beer, usually you scrub the bottles. But you just save beer bottles. That's the only thing you save money on. So you just recycle.
I remember
caps,
capper. Yeah, when you were brewing, I remember you always every fucking beer we had in that jam room was give me the bottle. Like literally like a fucking bottle Nazi. Like if you made any move to the garbage, no. Come here.
Yep.
Give me that bottle. I need that. Yeah, that's fucking cool. But yeah, we'll definitely have to get some of that beer to Studio DMC here for this guy.
For sure.
But that is a good idea. Chocolate chip vanilla porter. That's a cool idea. We'll talk. We should actually try to do that. That would be cool. Cool as fuck. Real quick.
The label will just be like, poop.
Yeah, right. Dabbing milk and cookies.
Yep.
That's what it'd be called right there.
Dabbing milk and cookies.
Yeah, dude.
Back to back.
Oh, man. So I did real quick. We do have to wrap this up because I have to go meet up and get my car fixed. But I did want to mention real quick, do this properly this time, the band, Reflection of Flesh. We are playing at the Walker's Point Music Hall on March 14th.
Yep.
March 14th for our good buddy Brad Blake's birthday party. Gonna be a killer show. It's us, Product of Hate, a great band out of Chicago. Fucking
Seven Cities Dead.
Yep.
They're from Sheboygan area.
Yep.
And then Apocalypse.
Apocalypse, which those guys, I'm excited to see those guys again, for sure.
That the whole artist thing they got going on while they play it is dope.
It's super unique, man. It's so unique, and that dude's a fucking pretty good painter, man.
Yeah, obviously it's somewhat set up already.
Well, yeah,
because you can't literally paint the whole thing like that.
Yeah, no,
in a half hour.
No.
Bob Ross good.
But he, dude, actually gets into the music. And
you'll see him fucking
headbanging
and he'll slapping the fucking shit with the fucking paintbrush, just rocking out the
background. His spirit in it.
Dude, it's fucking dope. It's cool. It's very unique. It's very unique.
Different for sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen something like this in a while, so it's fucking exciting to see. So I'm excited to play with those guys again. This time I'm gonna ask them if they actually sell those fucking paintings.
Yeah, because that one they did up in Green Bay was
Phil had a really good idea. We could buy one and then just put it all the way along the wall.
The band wall.
Yeah. And on that shelf back there, that'd be fucking dope. But yeah, again, March 14th, Walker's Point Music Hall, Brad Blake's birthday party. It's gonna be a fucking killer night. Brad Blake's party is always a good time. Brad Blake, you're a fucking godsend for the metal scene. Does a lot of work.
Buddy.
A lot of work for sharing, promoting the scene. So that's why we do this thing for him once a year. This is what the third one we've done.
Third. 2018, 19, and then now.
Yeah.
So third one.
So yeah, come out for that one. It's $10 at the door. 4 really awesome bands. It's gonna be a good time. Definitely wanted to throw that little plug in there before we wrapped it up. Chris, obviously, I mean, you're in the band, but is there anything else you would like to promote? Anything you want to say?
Scorpion Percussion, again, Chris Smith and Dan Anderson make a great product. I still have not broken a pair of sticks. It's going on a year.
Crazy.
And Bill out at No Nut Cymbal Sleeves just hit me up randomly, asked me if I had tried them before. Hadn't. Got on the bandwagon with them because, man, the cymbals sound ridiculously good now.
Yeah. All right on. Mike, you got anything else you want to add there, friend?
Cool
story. All right, guys, we'll see you. I'm just kidding.
Tim's opening up Kings and Queens on Tuesday.
Really?
25th. Yeah. It's
no shit. Up. This month?
Yep.
Holy, that's this week. This upcoming week.
Yep. So he's gonna run both places out of there for the time being, and then eventually, next few months he'll have the 92nd spot open. So
that's dope.
If anybody wants some Jamaican food, Tuesday the 25th, come to Alfonso's and get it. Was that 1119 South 108th Street?
Yep. Just past. Fuck, I can't remember the read. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, that's cool, man. Congratulations, Tim. Good luck, bud. I hope that shit really kills for you. So yeah, everybody, thanks for listening. Head to facebook.com/dippingmilkandcookies. Give the page a like and share. Much appreciated. Again, thanks for everybody who has been participating and actually supporting the podcast. We all really appreciate it. Does wonders. Swing by Spotify. You can catch us on Spotify. You can catch us on Podbean. Definitely, if you're listening on Podbean, make sure you are reviewing.
Today, Junior.
Make sure you're reviewing the episodes, guys. And again, it does a lot of good for us, for the strength and the health of our podcast. So make sure you guys are rating, reviewing, subscribing whenever you can. Yeah, that's about it. We'll see you guys next week. Again, thank you.
You'll hear us next week.
Well, oh my god. Yeah, we gotta go. Okay, so thanks again, guys. You'll hear us next week.
There you go.
Everybody be good. Don't do anything we wouldn't do. Love you guys.
Love you too, man. Milkman out.